Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of Domo card creation. So in the previous video we saw how you can get into Analyzer and quickly create a beautiful chart in Domo. Now in this part we are going to focus more on features like sorting, filters, creating variables, adding segment and similar stuff. So we'll start our discussion with creating a beast mode. Now, what's a beast mode? Beast mode is a calculated field that you add, which is not basically present in your underlying data, and you want to create some ad hoc calculations, or you want to add a new column basis, some formula. For that, we create a calculated field which is known as beast mode in Domo. Now, people who are familiar with Power BI, it is similar to creating a DAX measure or a DAX column, right? I mean, adding a column or a measure using DAX, right? So you can try to understand it that way, trying to draw some analogy. Now, let's create our beast mode. So I click on add calculated field. Now, here, let's say I want to create a beast mode that multiplies my unit price with my current cost. So let's say I want to create a column called unit cost, which is nothing but unit price, which multiplies by current cost. Now, see, as you start typing, if some letters, it automatically suggests uh, some formulae which are available in Domo or the field names, right? We select current cost and we save it on a dataset. Now, this save on dataset is an important step here because, see, as I've explained earlier, any card is built on top of a dataset. Now, when you save, when I say dataset, it could be a dataset or a dataset view, right? But what happens is whenever you save your calculation on dataset, it makes that particular calculation or beast mode available to any card which is built on top of that dataset, right? It becomes public. It becomes accessible by any other card. Now, if you don't check this, if you don't select this, what happens is the beast mode that you create becomes local only to this particular card. And if you want to create another card on the same dataset, you won't be able to use this particular beast mode. So that's why it is a good practice to always keep this checked until and unless you have a very, very strong case of not having this shared on the dataset. Cool. We click on validate and yeah, it's been validated, which means there's no syntactical error here and we are good to create this particular field. Now, you see these sections over here, variables, which we're going to talk about in next few minutes, and you see functions. So these functions are the functions available in Domo which you could use. You can select the function type, like whether it is a mathematical function, aggregate function, logical, so on and so forth. So as you select, let's say I select mathematical, I click on ABS, which is absolute. So you get a short function description with an example over here. It's super cool and super useful for beginners and for advanced users as well. If you get stuck, if you want to check if something is doable in Domo, you could definitely come over here and check out this list. So now that our beast mode has been created, I'll click on save calculated field, I close this, and you can see our unit cost is ready and ready for use. I can simply drag this and drop it on the chart, and here comes the magic. Yeah. So creating a beast mode is that easy. Now let us talk about adding dynamic segment. Now, what is a segment? Now, as the name suggests, it is helpful in segmenting or grouping the data by a certain value that you want. And how we do that is you click on add a dynamic segment over here. So when we click on this add dynamic segment, it asks you to enter a segment name. Let me add in store segment. Add a description. This is optional. I'll just leave it. Add columns to filter. Okay. I want to create a segment on in-store. So my in-store column has values yes and no. These are the valid values, and we might have a few blanks. So let's say I want to create a segment on this. Now I want to see only the yes columns. I mean yes values wherever in-store is equal to yes. So I select yes. I click on apply. Sorry. So I select yes. I will select yes. I'll click on apply, and I'll save and close this. Now I have a segment coming up over here. The segment will be in a purple color. I'll pull this and drop it to the segments field. Now, as I do this, I'll remove the series because it is not making any sense as of now. Cool. Now, what you see over here is the total unit cost for that particular given quarter versus the in-store segment, like whenever the in-store value is equal to y, right? Maybe we should name this segment better. We'll put it as in-store y. Save and close. Okay. So now using this chart, you can quickly and easily compare your unit cost, your overall unit cost versus the unit cost where your in-store is yes. Cool. Great. Now this was about the segments. Now let us talk about variables, right? So how do we create a variable? Or first of all, what is a variable? Now, as the name suggests, variable is a variable. Like its value is not uh, always predefined. Like you can give it a predefined values, but the values can change uh, during the course of your interaction with the variable or the control. Okay. In simple English, it is just a variable value that you might want to change when you are interacting with your dashboard. Okay. Now let's create a variable. To create a variable, you need to get into add calculated field again. Now here you can click on add new and select variable. And this variable creation option or screen comes up. Give it a proper name. Now let's see what do we want to create over here. Hmm, do we want to create a date? Do we want to create text or do we want to create number? Let's say I want to create text, right? I'll give product variable, right? I'll come to the default value again. I want to create a control. I want a radio option over here. And what I can do is I can add some values. Now, what value can we add over here? Let's quickly duplicate the screen and try to see what values do we have with us. So what we are trying to do over here is we want to create a variable which could dynamically change our access over here. So we have product category, I guess. Yeah, we have product category and we have product. Or let's say we have product category and we have product group. So I want to create a variable which would enable me to switch between product category and variable dynamically as and when I want. Okay. So let's get back to this. We add a value which is, let's say, product category. All right. Or let's say I just say category or product category. I'll add another value, product group. Okay, so we have two values now, and the default value is product category. Cool. Click on add control to analyzer so that it automatically adds the control, which is the variable control, to the analyzer. I'll save the variable, I'll close it, and you see the variable radio button control is visible over here now. So what we'll do now is we'll create a beast mode, and this is a very interesting use case. Using this, we'll see how you can use variable with beast mode and use them. So I'll create a field called dynamic product access. Okay. Now, case when now I'm going to use a variable. My variable is product variable, case product variable. Now, when it is product category, then I want it to show product category. Else, now since we have only two options over here, I can simply put else show product, show product group and save this on dataset, validate. That's good. Create this, save this, and ready to use this. So I'll change my access to dynamic product access. Now the default selection is category. So you see product category over here. As soon as I select product group, the access changes automatically, and you see now we have what we are seeing is the product group and not the product category. Cool. So this was the variable use case, and we saw how we could use variable with beast mode, right? Now let us talk about filters and sorting. Now filter, as the name suggests, is really easy. We can drag and drop a filter over here, a column over here, or a measure over here, and select the value we want to filter out. So let's say I want to select almond croissant. Please pardon my pronunciation here. Okay, I'll click on apply. Cool, and you see that this particular chart gets filtered on almond, and you see food over here because obviously almond belongs to uh, food group, and probably food or bakery. Okay, it's a croissant, so it will be under bakery. Makes sense, right? So this is how we use a filter. You could also use uh, beast mode as a filter. So let me drag and drop this beast mode. I see this is for month number and month name mapping, which we created in our last video. So let me select January. As soon as I select January, you'll see the numbers will start dipping. Yes, the numbers changed, and you can see over here only the January month is selected, right? Now let us see what a quick filter is. So let me unselect this and click on display as quick filter and apply. So as soon as you apply this, you see that the filter is now available over here as a quick filter. And when we'll save this card, this particular filter will be available for the end users whenever they get into the card details. So that's why this you sorry that's why this quick filter is very important, right? Now let's see some sorting over here. Now let me quickly see what groups do we have. So we have basically beverages, food, add-ons, whole bean, teas, and merchandise as various groups. Now one of the ways to sort data is using the default sort option like this, okay, which is A to Z, Z to A, no sort at all, or sorting based on values. Now, for example, you have some custom sort order in your mind, and let's see how we can implement it. So again, we'll use beast mode, add a calculation, sort product. Okay. Now case product group. Let's say, yeah, we want to sort this on product group. Now, when what we'll do is product group. Hmm. Add-ons, beverages, food, merchandise, and whole teas. Add-ons, beverages, food, merchandise, have whole bean teas. So guys, whenever you are creating this beast mode, be very careful with the spelling. The spellings that you put over here are case sensitive. So, and the value should match 100%. Partial match won't. I mean, until unless you use the like operator, the wildcard like operator, like you use in SQL, partial matches won't work over here, right? So, be mindful of your spellings when working with these modes. Okay, now let us give this an order. Let's say I want add-ons to be the second group. We want beverages to be the first group. We want food to be the fifth group. We want merchandise to be the sixth group. And we want, oh, I think I skipped four. Then we want it to be the third group. Anything else should be seven or six or any number if you want. Save this, validate this, create this, save this, and now use this. Now sort product group, put this over here. Over here, select no aggregation because we don't need an aggregation over here. We just want it to be sorted by the value we put inside the beast mode. Apply. And I have applied it in ascending order, which means now let us revisit our sort. Beverages should be the first one. Okay. I think I confused you guys a lot, but no, this is good actually. It will help you understand it conceptually. Though I have written it second over here, it doesn't matter. The value with what I'm giving to this is 1. So beverages will be the first one because I'm sorting it in an ascending order. Food will be the fifth one because it is the last one because it has the value 5, which is the greatest over here, right? So just check that your axis should be in this particular order 1 to 5, whether you sort it ascending or descending. Okay. Now you see add-ons over here is last, whereas we were expecting food to be last. Why did this happen? This happened because, as I said, it is case sensitive. You see, the O over here is small. The O that I put, sorry, the O that I put over here is capital. So it did not take the value because this case was not met. Hence, it took the value 6 because it went into else. Since O was capital, there was no match over here. As soon, as soon as I make this add-ons as small o, you'll see that the add-ons will shift to the second position. See? Cool. And if you want, you can sort it in descending and the order will reverse. Right? So easy. As easy as that. So guys, we saw how we can apply sorting using a beast mode over here. And in today's video, we covered very, very important topics such as filters, quick filters, variables controls, segments, sorting, filtering, etc. These things are really important, and I would recommend all of my viewers to practice this as you go, because just looking at this video, just watching this video is not going to help you every time. Maybe it helps for some people but not for everyone. But if you start practicing it, you get to know the syntax, what you could use over here in beast mode. What I'm going to do is paste the relevant Domo knowledge base links in the video description. Please do check out those documentations, the official documentations by Domo. It would be really, really helpful. So, guys, this was all about the Domo card creation part 2. I hope you enjoyed the video, and will create more such videos regularly. So please keep watching and stay tuned. Thank you, everyone.